On January 7th, the 81st Annual Golden Globe Awards took place. As always, it was expected to be very entertaining, with a great atmosphere and a host to preface the awards. However, this year, it flopped horribly. Joe Coy was chosen as a comedian to host the Globes. However, he only had 10 days to prepare for the job. Most of his jokes didn't go over well at all, and he's since been called woefully unqualified, a bad gig for the ages, and flailing at the helm as the party fizzled. What caused all this, you might be wondering? Well, the majority of his jokes were crude and very ill received. For example, he gave a joke about the Kansas City Chiefs, saying things such as, basically, what is the difference between the Chiefs game and the Globes? Is that the NFL games cut more to Taylor Swift. Here are some of the clips from his performance.
Yo, I got the gig 10 days ago. You want a perfect monologue? Yo, shut up.
Joe Coy got the 2024 Golden Globes off to a bumpy start, going off script as some of his jokes were met with not-so-enthusiastic reactions. The night's host aimed zingers at the year's biggest TV shows and films, including Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer answered a lifelong question that's been on my mind for years. Yes, scientists do get laid.
After the audience's response to his next Barbie joke, he suddenly went off script.
The key moment in Barbie is when she goes from perfect beauty to bad breath, cellulite, and flat feet. Or what casting directors call character actor. Yo, I got the gig 10 days ago. You want a perfect monologue? Yo, shut up. You're kidding me, right? Slow down. I wrote some of these, and they're the ones you're laughing at.
Joe went on to zing Robert De Niro, who welcomed a daughter last year.
Your last performance is got to be your greatest performance ever. How'd you get her pregnant at 80?
And then, after a quip about Imelda Staunton's performance in The Crown fell flat, he again pointed the finger at the other joke writers.
Her portrayal of the Queen was so good, Prince Harry called her for it and asked her for money. Like I said, I didn't write all these. That one's not mine.
Even after the majority of his jokes fell flat or were met with glares, Coy still said he loved what he wrote and did, and that he did not regret any of the jokes. Apple has recently announced the upcoming launch of their new augmented reality headset, the Apple Vision Pro. The Vision Pro has features such as eye tracking, 3D displays, spatial audio, and a 4K plus display, along with hand tracking control for additional voice commands. You'll be able to access all your iPhone and iMac apps in the headset, navigate seamlessly with the use of touch controls and also eye tracking. The Vision Pros are currently available for pre-order with over 200,000 units already sold. However, there are not currently as many apps expected for the headset, and some of the apps that are available do not make full use of the headset's capability with 3D imaging and full gesture control. The Vision Pro itself has a current price of about $3,500, with upcharges such as $200 for a battery, $199 for a travel case, $100 for prescription insert lenses, and $50 for a battery holder. There are currently orders available for pickup, having launched February 2nd. Will you be picking one up is the question. Stay tuned for more news from What's News after this break.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
flashes.
What's up, champ?
Alright, so cool.
Feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you.
Welcome back. John B. Todd Stadium, the home stadium for Newport News Public Schools, recently announced to be undergoing some massive changes. The stadium has remained mostly unchanged since its initial construction in 1967, though it has been recently announced that the stadium is undergoing a $1.2 million project to make the switch from Bermuda grass field to AstroTurf. The replacement is going to be carried out by the Landeck Group Incorporated, who has previously installed over 5,000 fields nationwide. This change means that the field will require much less maintenance, as it is much more durable and holds up much better in wet conditions. However, many players prefer the field of natural grass over turf. How will this affect the future events of Todd Stadium, and what do the players think of it? Only time will tell for us to find out. Star Wars, Disney's multi-billion-dollar franchise, has recently been announced to be working on a new slate of movies set to be released in 2024 and 25, along with some unknown release date. The list of upcoming releases includes Star Wars: The Acolyte, which is set to release in 2024, and focuses on a Jedi Padawan and her master in the days of the High Republic. Star Wars: Skeleton Crew is also set to release in 2024, focusing on a group of kids in the time of The Mandalorian, and is said to be like a throwback to the 80s Amblin movies. Andor Season 2 is expected to be released in the summer of 2024 with a run of 12 episodes. And lastly, the list as of now unnamed movies includes a movie about The Mandalorian and Grogu, directed by Jon Favreau, a movie focusing on Rey attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order, directed by Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, a movie focusing on the New Republic and directed by Dave Filoni, which is said to close out The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and other Disney Plus series. A movie directed by James Mangold, telling the story about the dawning of the Force and the dawn of the Jedi. And lastly, a spin-off show about Lando Calrissian. None of these currently have any expected release date, but they are expected to be big hits. That's all for this edition of What's News. See you the next time.